everybody, here's Rosalie.
Hi, here is Patricia Brene.
Together we are Belle Passion.
Today I will show you how to paint the beautiful swan palace Neuschwanstein onto a small medallion.
And I will talk you through it. First, we need to prepare a canvas. But because we want to have an edible painting canvas, we create it from a coating and modeling fondant, which we roll out relatively thin and use a cookie cutter to cut it out, or cut it out according to the template in the shape we like. I have been using the SmartFlex fondant for years, which is now snow white and suitable for both cake coating and figurine molding. Here I use the Sugarflair and Wilton gel food coloring. They are dilutable with water and are suitable both for painting and for coloring fondant, dough, and creams. When I paint, I start with white, where I sketch out the composition and the rough outlines of the building, and then color everything out that is white. Then I add individual colors, preferably from the lightest to the darkest. I draw the details at the end. With landscapes, it is rare to see completely pure colors. Shadows, on the other hand, are created by mixing them together a little. Even the trees are not monochromatic. On the contrary, they revel in a wide range of colors. First, we will create a background for the trees by mixing yellow, green, and red, which will create a kind of brown-green color. The white building in the foreground will be highlighted by the dark background. The shadows of the building can be in different colors. With white facade, it should have a hint of blue, which can be slightly stained with black, but in extravagant design, they can also be purple, for example. However, we can do more than simply painting. For thick paints, a very popular technique is scratching, which can be done with a bone tip or, for example, a scalpel. This way, we can achieve very fine, bright details that would be very difficult to achieve with a brush. This will also get rid of excessive paint leftovers in places where they are not needed. We paint the trees and bushes by first toning the background in color, and then we indicate the individual bushes and trees by placing the areas of the bush dipped in paint. We need a light source, from which direction the stream of light is going to come from. From this side, the trees and bushes will be lighter, while the shadow will be on the opposite side. With this, we create the impression of a forest. We enliven the entire color composition with a few spots of red, which indicate autumn-colored leaves and make the landscape more colorfully interesting. Now you just have to leave the painting to dry, and in the meantime, we will prepare a double frame. We will use an extruder on it, which will extrude a perfect strip of fondant. It is enough to choose the shape and strength of the hole on the wheel, which we will insert into the extruder and through which we push the fondant. It still has a black rubber seal, but I stopped using that completely, because it's a high-end fondant and in my opinion, it's not needed. Brush the image with water and lightly press a strip of fondant to it. We repeat the procedure once more. For the sake of illustration, I made the second strip from a different color fondant, but feel free to keep it white again. However, you can also use the rest of the colored fondant left over from another cake anyway, as we will be coloring the strip gold. Shape the fondant strip by wrapping it around the image on a piece of plastic wrap so that we don't have to handle it and transfer it anymore, and we can color it straight away and let it dry on this plastic wrap. So we don't glue the frame right away, but after we mark the shape, which we let harden for a while, we take out the picture and paint the frame with golden paint. In this way, the frame will be perfectly colored from all sides, and at the same time, the picture will not get dirty. The color I use now is Golden Dust, which is enhanced by being mixed with a drop of high percentage alcohol. Of course, you can also use a spray, but it tends to have a lighter shade of gold, while I wanted a true antique gold. There are even amazing gold gel colors out there. So in the end, you can use whatever you like or feel better working with. I will give you a link in the description to all kinds of paints, tools, and everything that I myself use and with which I have good experience, so that you don't have to look for anything for too long. Brush the image with water and lightly press a strip of fondant to it. When the picture with the frames dries perfectly and hardens, we stick it to the cake with wet fondant. Hope you enjoyed the video.
It was a lot of work.
And that's why we'd both be very happy if you would click subscribe.
If you've already done that, you can still like the video or write a comment beneath. You can also follow us on Instagram or Facebook.
Make sure to check out all the links under the video that we have prepared for you. We say goodbye.
Hopefully not for long.
Rosalie
and Patricia.